Hey! Hi everyone. It's another day. I've been thinking about what I might weave today and some of the things we've been learning in science as well as math. If you'll remember what we did in the first video, it's just a plain weave, but then we went crazy and we started adding different things, both drawing and other pieces of paper to weave into so we could make different shapes in all of our squares. So on this one we have squares, circles, triangles, and rectangles. Pretty fun. Then we talked about cutting 1/2 inch instead of 1 inch slits, and then weaving with 1 inch strips and 1/2 inch strips, and the different patterns that you can make when you do that. And of course this one, we could put another strip in here and make more squares, or we could make bigger rectangles. There's all kinds of things we could do. And then of course we talked about this one where we made our own strips from watercolors or crayons and cut them up and wove them into it. And this looks very different. As you can see, we have 3 very different looking pieces of art. I'm wondering what you could imagine to do. I'm going to show you one more thing, actually 2 more things that I imagined. And I thought, what about light? We're learning a lot about light and translucence and opaque and what that does to the things around us. And I wondered, so I took a piece of black paper. It is very opaque. You can't see anything through it. No light gets through. And I took some white strips, the white ones that I didn't color, and I cut them because they make a big contrast, which means they're really different. A great contrast in those two. And then, some of you might think that what we have is gray strips, but that's not what we have. If that isn't gray, what do you think it is? It's your tracing paper. Now, if you take your tracing paper and you hold it up to something with color, you can see right through it. In fact, it's almost hard to see where it is. But it's a little bit fuzzy. It's a little bit fuzzier. And what's happening with the translucent is that the color underneath, the light's coming down, and it's getting diffused into the white, but some of it is bouncing back and coming back through this because it's translucent. If it was a clear piece of plastic, which I don't have, but you might, when you wove with clear plastic, it would just be a shiny thing and all the color would show through. So I thought it would be fun to see how the translucent looks with this pattern. So some of these strips I've cut up, and I'm going to show you one more thing. Always my thing is which way to go. So I'm going to show you one more thing with doing this, and I want you to take your tracing paper, cut your strips, and see how it looks. If you did this with purple paper instead of black, that would work too. So this could be a beautiful piece of artwork just like that. But what would happen, that might be a little boring. So I thought, what would happen, if I took some color and just gave my piece a little bit of color? I could go a pink one underneath a translucent one. And you can see that it changes the color of the pink. I have a very technical tool here somewhere. There it is. There we go. It changes. It's one of those days. It changes the color just a little bit on the pink. What would happen if I put the white one on? Do you think it will make the white look different? Let's find out. Put a white one. And another white one. I could make, you got it, a pattern. I could make a pattern. Oh, it does look a little bit different. So you can see, I would invite you to play with these and see what kind of patterns you might be able to make. Oh, this would make a very beautiful tablecloth. I could use purple colors. I could use white colors. You could do a lot with this. I want to show you one more really fun thing. I'm going to do it with the colored paper, and this will be the end of paper weaving, except for to see what you have created. And that is, I'm going to make some weavings that are not straight. I don't want straight lines. And I'm going to do it free form. I'm going to get rid of that. Here we go. I'm going to just cut some goofy, wavy lines. Not worry about anything. That's a great shape, don't you think? All right, keep going. And as you know, I'll probably save half of this stuff. So what happens if we weave with papers that aren't straight? What will that look like? And I want you to really notice all the what ifs. And then I try it with an experiment. I see how it will look. I don't say no. I don't say it's too hard. That's how art is made, by wondering, can I do this? And what will it look like? Whoa, look at that. That's pretty crazy. What happens if I put another one? So if I put another one in that fits exactly the same, I'm going to make sure, oh yeah, that'll be goofy. Let's see. What will it look like? So this is endless. You can get other paper. If you need extra paper, please ask your teachers or me when you see us in class. And we'll see that your grown-ups get more construction paper if you need it, because you want to make more art. Whoa, that might make a pretty interesting weaving that way. What do you think? Shall I try one more and see how it's really going to look? This one's going to be kind of hard because it's already cut into a 1-inch strip. But we'll do it. All right, here we go. I like these ones where I color just crazy colors everywhere. That might be too close. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe it works. These are easier to do because the white board paper is stiffer, so it's a little bit easier to get the weavings with. You could take the paints that got sent home with you and paint some of the strips. You could paint some of the squares with big blobs of color. Oh, what do you think? Oh, I kind of like this. What if I, see what I'm saying, how to make art? What if I did that all the way up? Wouldn't that look pretty? Okay, I want you to have fun. I want you to experiment. These together doesn't look right to me, but I get the idea of doing two different things. Wow, that would look great framed. I want you to have fun with paper weaving. I hope you've taken it to a new level. Enjoy using the translucent papers. See what you can learn about the light and how it affects the colors. And I'll see you in class.